today we're diving into this idea. You've got brewing Critter Chronicles, a podcast all about animals, huh? Sounds like a blast. You've even jotted down some notes here, so let's see what we've got.
Yeah, you know what's really cool about this idea is that everyone, and I mean everyone, has some sort of fascination with animals. Like everyone's got that one animal fact,
Hmm.
or like that crazy animal video they saw that one time. This Critter Chronicles thing could really tap into that, I think.
Absolutely. You're thinking animal behavior, conservation efforts, those kinds of things, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You even mentioned wanting to explore the human-animal bond.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's important.
How are you thinking of working that in?
That's where things get really interesting. You could follow the lead of podcasts like The Dodo. You know that one?
Oh, yeah, I love that one.
So many heartwarming stories, and Can I Pet Your Dog is another great one. They really nail the humor and that feeling of genuine connection, and you're right about the animal behavior and conservation stuff. Those can be tough topics to tackle sometimes, but if you can frame them through those personal stories, that human element.
It'll resonate more.
Exactly.
Now, you've also mentioned bringing in experts, enthusiasts, maybe even some surprise
Oh,
guests.
definitely gotta have guests.
Who are you picturing as your dream guest on Critter Chronicles?
Honestly, the more unexpected, the better. It doesn't always have to be biologists and zoologists, right? You could bring in wildlife photographers. Those guys and gals have some incredible stories about close encounters with animals.
Hmm.
Or even authors who, they use animals in their stories all the time. Think about organizations like the Wildlife Conservation Society. They're doing some seriously cool research. Imagine having one of their researchers come on and talk about how animals think.
Oh, man. That'd be amazing. Okay, so we've got the content, we've got the guests. Let's talk about the title. Critter Chronicles. I like it. It's catchy. It's fun. But does it really capture everything you're going for with this podcast?
I think it's a really strong starting point,
Okay.
but maybe take a look at some other animal podcasts, like The Wild. That one just screams adventure, right?
Yeah,
Or how about KQED's Dipe Look? Right away, you know it's going to be in-depth.
that's a good point.
So yeah, just something to think about.
So we've covered a lot of ground here today. Any final thoughts before we wrap up our deep dive into Critter Chronicles?
There are a ton of podcasts out there. To really stand out, you need to find a fresh angle. So here's something to chew on. What kind of animal stories really get you going? What unique perspective can you bring to Critter Chronicles? Those answers. Those are going to be key to making this podcast something truly special.